And welcome back to the Hot Lap. We are talking Felipe Massa. He was at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, and he was cheekily saying he's the 2008 champion, at least suggesting it. Why? Well, we had that court case in October, and Felipe Massa obviously thinks he's going to win it. Otherwise, why would there be a court case? Why is this happening? Why are we doing this again? Felipe! Oh, Felipe, baby! So, he's come out pretty much good, and he said, it's just an amazing feeling to drive the 2008 car after a long time. It was the last Constructors' Championship of Ferrari. Yes, you got that right. Also mine, I would say. A bit cheeky, we know, but we know he's got that court case coming in October. But it's not, is it? He wants the Singapore Grand Prix annulled after Bernie Ecclestone opened his mouth now over a year ago and said, yeah, we kind of thought something was a bit fishy about that result with the Renault, but we didn't do anything about it. And Felipe's like, oh, well, that means I'm the champion. Yeah. He's not though, is he? You're not the champion, Felipe. I mean, I don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand. So let's talk about it. People have come out and they're speaking about Felipe Massa, and I cannot see many people whatsoever really going for, yeah, Felipe, you are the 2008 world champion. So there's a couple of things that I think are really bad. Number one is if, and this is a massive if Felipe was successful, then it's going to open up a massive quagmire, a minefield of people thinking, yeah, why, it's probably worth it. And I'd challenge that. What if Damon Hill's like, you know what, 1994, I fancy myself a double world champion. Thank you very much. Just saying. 1999 when Ferrari were disqualified for the Malaysian Grand Prix, therefore making both Mika Hakkinen and McLaren world champions, constructors and drivers, because they measured a barboard wrong, but then apparently they didn't, even though they did. But they got reinstated, and then Ferrari won the constructors. Eddie Irvine sadly didn't win, for him at least, the drivers' championship. But McLaren could be like, whoa, wait a minute, you screwed up with the Lewis with that 1 millimeter, the less than 1 millimeter DRS back in 2021. Thank you very much. And then, speaking of 2021, I mean, the rules weren't followed. If the rules were followed, it's a fact that Hamilton would have been champion. And no, irrespective of whether they're, of what Max did with that last lap, because it wouldn't have happened. It should have finished under the safety car. And if anyone says, no, Lewis didn't pit, he wasn't going to pit, that was just silly, and it's silly that you say that. I guess in terms of skill, both of them deserve the championship, but on the day it should have been Lewis's. And if they if they end up doing that, and that's going to be a massive backlog. It's just ridiculous if this goes ahead, which I don't think it's going to go ahead. The court case is, as I mentioned, due in October, and I don't think it will get further than the first hearing because it's absolutely ridiculous. I cannot see what evidence Felipe Massa would have amassed. Yes, he's probably not going to show us the evidence he's got, but I can't even think of how this is going to happen to try and reverse a result. That's what, not that far from 20 years ago. And the sad thing about this is Felipe Massa was so good on the day, like Lewis Hamilton in 2021, with dignity, got up there, hand on chest, I love you guys. Sad he couldn't be world champion. But there we go. And also, and if you want to look at the 2008 season and say Felipe was screwed, well, let's be fair. Let's hold on a second, because Lewis Hamilton was very much screwed as well in the Belgian Grand Prix. So him and Kimi Räikkönen at the end of the Belgian Grand Prix were having a ding-dong battle. And Lewis skipped completely the bus stop, trying to outbrake Kimi. And then he let Kimi, and then halfway down the start finish straight, he let Kimi go, and then repassed him into the source. They repassed each other, and then Kimi Räikkönen crashed. And Felipe Massa was not winning that race, even though he's declared the winner. simply because they gave Lewis Hamilton, I believe, a 25-second penalty, which is absolutely crazy at the time. Bear in mind, they give now 5-second and 10-second penalties, so they could be, so if Felipe Massa wins that one, they can go back and start questioning the punishment for the Belgian Grand Prix. As I said, it is an absolute quagmire, which I don't think is going to happen. Lewis Hamilton is the 2008 world champion, just as rightly or wrongly, whatever you think, Verstappen is going to be and remain the 2021 world champion. Michael Schumacher is the 1994 world champion. We can all have opinions on that. Yeah, he did try and take Damon Hill out. But these are things that are not going to be changed. So going to court, Felipe Massa, is not the right thing to do. If you made it to the end, though, please give us a subscribe. What do you think about this? Comment below. Let us know. Do you think Felipe should be the 2008 world champion? He definitely drove like a world champion. It was his best year. But there we go. If you're already subscribed, hit that like button. It'll just give us a bit more of a smile. Until then, we'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much. And above all else, stay safe.